everybody, it's Kelly from J&KPotter. Thank you for joining me on this simple Sunday. So as you can see, I have a lot of produce on the table, and thank goodness for family that gardens and shares. I'll give you a little bit of a testimony. I was able to provide somebody with just an abundance of cucumbers. And as you can see by my table, the abundance that came back to me. My plan is to preserve for later, so I'm going to do these pumpkins up. I'm going to take and cut them in half, get all the seeds out of there, and then I'll be baking them, and then I'll be taking the meat out of there and putting it into the freezer. I do plan to take all these zucchinis and squashes that I've got, put into the processor, and I'm going to shred it, and then I'm going to be setting it into the freezer for making breads and soups later on this winter. I'm really curious about these patty squash. I've never had any, so really sure what I'm going to do with them. Stay tuned and we'll figure it out together. Okay, I'm going to get John to cut these in half for me.
What side you want them cut?
I think I'd like to have them cut, this way. Just right down the middle. Now, if I decide to do something other than just keep the seeds for planting, I will do that in another video. I'm going to look up some stuff on YouTube and see what I can find about doing something with pumpkin seeds. Some people cook them up and some people cook them down. So I think I prefer cooking them down. And that way, when this is soft and you can stick a fork through it, you know that your meat is done. Let's get that in the oven. 350 for about an hour. So while those are cooking, we're gonna go ahead and shred up our squash. Now what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to take them in there to take the tops and the bottoms off and get them ready for the shredder. And trying to decide which ones I'm going to fry up. I think I'm going to try to fry this one. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if it's the variety or why it's got all these little bumps on it. But I found it interesting, so thought I'd try it. That's pretty good. I think I'll cut a little bit of this one up and fry it. It looks pretty good. I'm going to do about 2 cups per bag. And then we're going to freeze it. I wish I had one of those things that pulled all the air out, but I don't. So this is going to work, and I'll I'll just set it down and squeeze the air as far as I can. Put it in a container as well. So that's what I'm going to do with this yellow squash. As always, you guys, this is not a video showing you how to do it. It's just a video showing how I do it. I'm pretty pleased with what I've got out today, so I'm going to be getting it in the freezer, and some of it's going to go in the frying pan today. And now we're going to go ahead and do some zucchini. And I missed a yellow one, so we're going to put it in with the zucchini. Real easy to get the meat out of these. Scrape it out. Then you can use it for soups later, or pumpkin pies. Make it with cookies. Whatever you choose. But it's a great way to preserve your pumpkin. I used to panic when people would bring me too much stuff because I never knew what to do with it. And then I started my own garden, and I started learning about what you can do to help preserve your harvest. It was a game changer for me, YouTube was. Okay, so one of those small pumpkins gave me a cup of meat, so I'm pretty happy about that. Gonna get these into freezer bags and see how much I get. You guys, go out and enjoy life. Our pumpkins, and they're soft, and we're going to let these cool off, and then I'm going to be scraping the meat out of it and putting them in sacks to put in the freezer. Just put some butter and some pepper seasoning and whatever in there. Oh my goodness, delicious. Find out all the things you can do with the produce that people give you simply by getting on a YouTube channel or watching your favorite person